computer. There we go. Hey, what's up, everyone? We're back. Myself and Travis, we're going to get into some NBA Player Award bets, okay? First off, Travis, you want to kick us off? Who's your pick for MVP?
It's the most standard pick out of the lot. I think Luka.
Travis has got Luka. What do you like about Luka, Trav?
He's just coming in fit this season. We saw what happened once he was fit last season.
Yep.
I think got a couple more guys around him. You know, Brunson's a bit of a loss, but I think a fit Luka at the start of the season, and he's only a few seasons into his career. I think this season's going to be his best season. And I have Dallas going very, very far. And for them to do that, he needs to be MVP.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm high on Luka as well. In terms of the team going far, I could see it happening. But like you said, it's all on him, okay? He's paying $550. What does that indicate? Implied odds of about 18%. And, I mean, I agree. I've seen a lot of projections around for him, around 29, 9 and 9. But I could easily see him averaging 33, 10 and 10, maybe 35, 10 and 10 if he really goes off. And my basis for that is that if we look at, the second half of last season, when he was like in real match fitness, like top condition, that's close to the numbers that he put up, really. So
yeah, like he went from not being in the MVP conversation to being in the MVP conversation after All-Star break.
Yeah, exactly. Well, look at his last 30 games or last 31 games. He averaged 32, 9.4, and 8.7. So I could easily see him surpassing those numbers just by a little bit.
Yeah.
Most of the projections around, I've seen it too low for Luka. So yeah, he's got a point. The implied odds are 18% chance. So I think he's got a better chance than that. All they need is a little bit of a high win percentage, and yeah, it'll be Luka. Yeah. The game winners and all that. It's a narrative. All right. Sweet. Next one. What do you reckon? That was pretty easy.
That was easy.
Both on the same guy. Regular season awards. Sixth man of the year.
All right. Now, I think Christian Wood is a good bet here.
Yep.
Yeah. Everyone will go towards Poole and Hero.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll just go, even Simmons from Portland could be quite good. But how many does he start? What's the rule these days? Is it half the games?
I'm not sure, but
yeah,
I agree with you. I like Christian Wood too.
Yeah.
I think, like Christian Wood, when I look at it, like they might be starting McGee as like, a traditional type center and play him, 15 to 20. And then the rest of it, Christian Wood will be playing center and maybe some stretch four perhaps. But I couldn't see JaVale McGee playing, 25 to 30. I think it's more likely he plays 15 to 20. And then Wood plays like 30 minutes a night off the bench.
Yeah, most definitely.
So, yeah, I like Christian Wood. Imagine Christian Wood as a lob threat for Luka or, as a stretch big, a three-point shooter. He sort of combines the best things that Maxi Kleber and Dwight Powell do. Offensively, he combines those two guys' sort of skill set. I think I could see him getting rich next to Luka, to be honest. I think that's a great partner for him to have because of the shooting ability.
It's definitely overs.
Yeah.
Because I was expecting it to be under 10.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that ties in. If you take both of them, though, that ties into Luka being really good as well. You know what I mean? So you're like pretty well invested on Dallas if you're taking both of them. But yeah, that was my pick. I'm not even lying. Like that was my pick. Poole was great, but $5. I guess. Then we've got Hero $7.50. The thing I like about Hero at $7.50, we've already seen him do it, right? So not terrible. And then from there, Cameron Johnson $19, but he'll be starting. Jay Crowder's going. You know, you can make a case for a few of these guys, but yeah, the one that really stands out, Christian Wood. Okay, 6 man of the year, Christian Wood, $13. I'm going to write that down for both of us. I'll send out the spreadsheet of these picks as well. So yeah, who you got for rookie of the year, Travis?
Look, this is the one I'm going to struggle with a bit because I don't see anyone really as a standout.
Yep.
I might lean Jabari Smith.
Yep.
Other than that, it's going to be interesting to see who comes on early because I'm not really that high on everybody. As I said, I think the Magic are going to shut people down fairly early.
Yep.
So, yeah. How about you?
Jabari Smith Jr. I like Keegan Murray, okay? So if I look at those names, Paolo Banchero, Keegan Murray, Jabari Smith Jr., Jaden Ivey, Benedict Mathurin, Shaden Sharp, I think Keegan Murray is the one that will probably contribute to the most winning this season. And I could see a situation where he scores, 15 to 20, 5 to 7 boards and a couple of assists. And let's say the Kings win 40 games. That'll be enough to me. Because I don't think the Magic are winning 40 games. I don't see that. And I don't see the Rockets winning 40.
Yeah.
The Pistons, maybe. So we could add Jaden Ivey to that list a little bit, I think. Again, Indiana, nope. Shaden Sharp from Portland, nope. So my point being is that if they have similar numbers, like let's say Paolo goes 20 and 7 and his team is bad, and Keegan Murray goes 18 and 6 and the team is good, I think the award goes to the team that does a little bit better. Like, for example, if we look at last year, Scotty Barnes in Toronto. To me, Evan Mobley was my pick for Rookie of the Year. He was awesome. Good numbers, impacted the game really well defensively, contributed to winning. But Scotty Barnes got it right. Same deal, contributed to winning, but their team was a bit better. So he got the award. So yeah, you're with Jabari Smith Jr. at 650. I'm with Keegan Murray at 650. Any smokies in there? Any guys that might just come out of nowhere?
Oh, I don't really see it. Like, I'm literally just scrolling through the list now and I don't see it.
A little bit of LiAngelo Ball at 151 to 1.
I'd love to put at least 5 on that, but I can't even put 5 on that.
We'll give that a miss. All right. Most improved player. This one's tricky.
This one's tricky because, as we know, it's usually someone that's a good player, then goes borderline all-star or actually makes the all-star team.
Yeah.
So then when you go through the names, it's like, who would be borderline all-star? Now, I had a few looks at this and I'm like, I wasn't overly sure. Anthony Edwards at 10. Now, I know I didn't like the T-Wolves, but Edwards, he had a good season last year, but he probably can push a little bit further. I don't like the odds, though. I don't like him being favourite. Zion's at 17. It depends on the narrative they go. I don't think he can put up many better numbers than he did 2 seasons ago. Like, his numbers were insane.
Where do you go from there?
Yeah. So how do you improve? But like, because he hasn't really played for a season, does he get some look-ins because of that?
True. That's probably,
Yeah. I think maybe if I had to put money on it, because I probably won't even bet this market. I may, but if I had to put money on it, Tyrese Maxey at 20 odd. I don't know.
It's tough, eh? I'll just have a look through the winners. The last 5 winners were John Morant, Julius Randle, Brandon Ingram. Yeah, it's pretty much guys that have gone from pretty good to in the All-Star game, So Victor Oladipo, Giannis Antetokounmpo, CJ McCollum, Jimmy Butler. None of these guys were on shitty teams either when I look at it. they're all sort of on winning teams, the last 10 guys pretty much. So
Yeah, that's like if you look at the market, most of the guys you've got are in pretty bad teams in the front end of that market.
yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know. Pass. Too hard.
Yeah,
I
pass.
might just
Michael
go
Porter
for
Jr. is at
might just go
31.
for a smoky, just the massive smoky, like De'Aaron Fox, $81 to one.
Look, that isn't horrible.
I think that because I've seen him play really well before.
Yeah.
Who else? Yeah, I don't know, man. I do not know. Give that one a miss. It's a bit much for me. Because the team has to be okay, based on the past winners, and the guy has to make a massive leap. So it's like, well, good. Defensive Player of the Year. What you got?
All right, here we go. Now, if anyone knows me well, knows I absolutely loathe this player for many reasons. Most probably know where I'm going with this. Ben Simmons.
Looking about Ben Simmons, Travis.
Look, if he had been playing and he was healthy and healthy mentally and physically, is he going to be paying near $30 as Defensive Player of the Year, considering how good of a defender he is? Probably not.
He wouldn't.
Now, it is gambling after all. I'll take the gamble that he's got everything right. He's going to be in a team that wins a lot of games. He's going to lock down a lot of players if he's got in the mindset. I think those odds come crashing down pretty quickly.
Man, I'm with you. Yeah, like if he plays, he helps them defensively. If he plays and he's healthy, he helps them defensively. Like he's one of the most versatile defenders in the league. His the deeper analytics numbers are good. The counting stats are good. When you watch, it looks good. Like he's doing, whatever he can defensively. He's defending the other team's best player, big man, guards. He can switch. They drop. He can get through screens. He can do whatever. You know what I mean? He can make it a nightmare for opposition players. He's one of the few guys that can defend a guy like LeBron. But then he can have some positions on Trae Young. But then he might be able to have a couple of positions on Giannis. You know what I mean? Like, so it's really, really valuable and impactful. So there's three that sort of stand out to me. Rudy Gobert at $5.25.
Yep.
Giannis at $10. Robert Williams is $8, but he's injured, so I'd scratch that off. Draymond is $11, but I'd scratch that off. Like he's not going to play much. Well, I think it's less likely that he plays. So if Draymond was 26 like Ben Simmons, I'd have a go because on the chance that he does play, he makes a big impact. But if that's not the price, it's not worth it. So I'm going Ben Simmons at 26, followed by maybe Giannis at 10 and Rudy Gobert at 5.
Yeah, I'm with that.
Yeah, I agree with you. Great defender, Ben Simmons. And the Nets will need him to be great. Ben Simmons, $26. All right, Coach of the Year. Who you got?
Jeez, I hadn't even thought about this one. Hadn't really thought about it. Look, they usually just give it to the team that wins the most games. That's what I don't like about it.
Yeah, that's true. Sometimes they give it to the team that was supposed to be trash, but then is good.
Yeah.
So Monty Williams won it last year. The team won 64 games, but I think it was Tibbs the year before that. Am I right or wrong? Was it Tibbs?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, it was Tibbs. Okay, they were 41 and 31, fourth seed, but like they massively overperformed. And then the year before that it was Nick Nurse and the Toronto Raptors. What else are we looking at? Yeah, so I mean, year before that it was Dwayne Casey and the Mike Budenholzer 60 and 22, Dwayne Casey 59 and 23. Yeah, Tony. Yeah, so like it's mostly going to teams with awesome records, but also. The other angle you could look at is a team that played much better, so outperformed their initial ranking. So, I mean,
If I had to think of one, now, if they do win a lot of games and they do play as a team, Steve Nash.
Steve Nash. They'll call it for his head. I don't mind that at all. Like, that's a real high-end play. Whereas he's probably paying big odds. 17
Like
to 1.
if you're molding that team together and you get to like 55, their ceiling's probably 60. Whew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going Doc. I'm going Doc Rivers. Like, I'm all in on the 76ers. I
Yeah.
hope they don't let me down. But yeah, I don't mind that Steve Nash at $17 because if it goes right, like you said, they could win 60 games. That's how good that team could be.
Yeah, damn, I might jump on that once we log off.
Yeah. That's it. That's all our award-winning stuff.
Yep.
Now, what are we going to have a look at, bro? We have a bit more time. So we'll have a look at
Divisions or conference.
conference. Yeah, divisions, conference. Yeah, I reckon we go hot takes.
Yeah.
What's your hottest take?
Oh, look, it'd have to be around Simmons getting his stuff together. Really, I think he'll get himself together. I think he's going to have a good season. It nearly hurts me to say that, but I think Ben Simmons is going to have his best season in the NBA. He's only had a couple.
And what does this best season look like to you, Trav? What does it look like in terms of numbers? What you're seeing?
I still don't think he's going to score heaps. He's just never going to be that scorer. But I think he can go, if Ben Simmons goes, 12 to 15 points, 10 boards, 8 assists, 7 assists, he's doing his job, few steals, couple of blocks, shutting people down. I think it'll be the resurgence. Or he could just make me look really stupid and quit 10 games in.
All right. No, I'm with you, man. Let's call it now. Ben Simmons is going to make an all-NBA team. He's going to be one of the best 15 players in the NBA. Is that a hot take?
Yeah.
All right. My hot take is that I got two. I don't think the Heat will be very good, and I don't think the Phoenix Suns will be very good. And maybe one of those teams are going to miss the playoffs, or they're going to be in the play-in. That's my hot take. I don't like what the Heat have done this offseason. They're relying a lot on Jimmy, and he hasn't shown ability to stay healthy. And Kyle Lowry hasn't got much left in the tank. Okay, so
yeah,
I'm all out on the Heat. I don't like the Heat at all this year, and I've backed them multiple times in the past few seasons, and they've delivered. But not this year. I don't think. That's my hot take. Heat to miss the playoffs. Phoenix Suns to regress, come back to the mean. I think they're both probably play-in teams. That's what I see. That's my hot takes.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, sweet. So those are all right, we'll go real quick. Eastern Conference winner, who you got?
Ooh, look. Hang on. Just going to have a look. Now, I originally had Milwaukee. During this pod, I've really turned myself into a Brooklyn fan.
All right. Trav's on Brooklyn for the Eastern Conference. What do you like about them?
I think everything we've mentioned, look, if Ben Simmons can play how Ben Simmons can play, which is, borderline all-star level, Kyrie, he's the big if. If he plays enough games, we know what he can do. I think because of all the talk with Simmons and Kyrie, I think there's one man everyone seems to be forgetting a little bit about. And it's KD.
Yeah, man. KD. One of the best. On his day, one of the best. I'm with you there. I see the Brooklyn Nets as maybe the best offense in basketball for All Blacks. Okay, they got multiple shooters. They got multiple shot creators. They have a really high ceiling. To me, they have a really high ceiling. I think the defense, like, if Kyrie, KD, and Ben Simmons are all locked in, like in a playoff setting, and they're really going for it, I think their defense could be, acceptable. And then it just becomes a challenge of, like, can the other team keep up with them scoring the ball? So, yeah, I don't mind that. My Eastern Conference winner, I've got a little bit of money on it. I've gone Philadelphia 76ers. This is, against my better judgment. I've never seen James Harden perform in a playoff setting consistently. Like, he's had like 1 or 2 good games, but I've seen, for every good game that he's had, I've seen like 3 that were like, wow, what's happening with this fella? So that's a bit, but I do like the team overall, and I really like Embiid, really hard player to guard. That being said, question marks about the health, but I got $21 for them to win the championship, so I'll take that. Western Conference, who do you like, Travis?
I have with a few of my other picks. I have to go Dallas.
Dallas, all right.
The fact Dallas are longer odds than Denver is perplexing.
Well, I mean, similar kind of setup, right? Like, they've got one really, really awesome guy, and then a bit of a drop from there.
Yeah. But I'll take them at double figures. If they were 8, 9, probably not.
To win the West, man, it's $11. Okay, so they're the 6th favorite, but yeah, not bad at all. Actually, I could have some. I could get behind that. Like, they made the conference finals last year, and you could say, has the team gotten better since then? Well, they got Wood coming in and Tim Hardaway Jr. and Brunson going up. Brunson had some big playoff performances, so that is a loss for sure.
Yeah.
But I mean, at $11, that's at $11, and you go 1/2, so like you can get $550 for them to make the conference finals, and they just made it last 13.
Year. I got 13, so I'm already on.
Yeah, no, it's not a bad bet. I mean, the Lakers are $9. They won 30-something games last year. The Nuggets are $9.50, but they have
Suns
their own.
$5.50. And
if you look at the Nuggets last year and in the playoffs, they've struggled. They've been like since that Western Conference Finals run, they haven't been good, but they do have Murray and Porter coming in, so that's not a bad bet to me at $9.50 if those guys come back right. Whereas we know that Luka's coming in right. You know what I mean? Suns $5, don't like it. Clippers $4.50. I like it, but it's a bit short. So yeah, I guess in terms of a betting perspective, I'm saying Mavericks. But if I had to pick one, I'll say the Clippers because they're deep. I'd say the Clippers. If I had to pick one, I'd say the Clippers. But otherwise, from a betting perspective, I'm saying the Mavericks at $11. Or if you say there's 13s around, take the 13s. That's pretty good, man. Championship winner.
I talked myself into it. Brooklyn.
That's funny. I had a bet on Brooklyn to win it outright. It drifted up to like 20-something bucks, and I was like, I'll jump on this because I knew KD. I thought KD would be going back, so I jumped on. And then it came in, and they offered me a big cash out, so I took the cash out.
Yeah.
Because I just thought, who are they going to trade him for? You know what I mean? Like, but you can ask for a trade, but they're not going to trade you. And as soon as it comes back that he's actually going to play for them, the odds are going to drop, which happened. So I think it was like out to $20-something. I jumped on a couple $100, and then now it's into 8, so I cashed out a bit. So that was good.
If they win, the next time we do a pod after that, I will be wearing a Ben Simmons jersey.
Yeah. Nice selection, man. All right. Yeah, I'll stick with the Sixers. I like the Sixers for a few reasons. So you're with the Nets, I'm with the Sixers. You're with the Mavericks in the West, and I'm with the Clippers.
Yep.
Yeah. Anything else for us to touch on, Trev?
Look, I don't think so. I think I'm just really looking forward to it. It's been too long. It always feels like the longest off season. Like I can put up with football off season. I can put up with all these other off seasons. NBA off season kills me.
Yeah, man. I can't wait to get back into it. Like, just to watch, but also like betting. So it's going to be good, bro.
Yeah, real
All the
keen.
best. All the best to everyone out there. Gamble responsibly, and yeah, we'll catch you soon. Bye.
See you guys.